Hey y'all, welcome back to my weekly Atlas Earth recap video. And let me tell you, for a second straight week, it's been very interesting for my personal in-game progress. This past Tuesday, I made a huge mistake that was an incredibly unlucky accident, but I really didn't think it was possible. But this accident kind of indirectly hurt my bank account, and it could have caused me some issues completing the monthly rewards ladder. So let's get into it. It all started on Tuesday morning. It was around 8 a.m., and I was walking my dog before I had to run to work. Like usual, when I'm walking my dog in the morning, this is the time that I watch all my ads. I get my boost going. I get the initial 2 Atlas bucks to start my day from watching ads, and I get all my wheel spins in. I have a pretty big dog. Bentley is his name, and he's a Bernese Mountain Dog. He weighs about 100 pounds, so at times he can actually walk me. Um, as I were completing my final ads in the morning, I run into someone else in my neighborhood that walks their dog at the same time. Bentley gets really excited around this other dog. He loves to play with this other dog. So, knowing how Bentley gets, I decided to put my phone in my pocket. I didn't realize at the time that my phone wasn't locked. So, yeah, I put it in my pocket without it being locked. As I get done taking Bentley out in the morning, I walk back into my place. I take my phone out of my pocket, and I received a congratulations message that I had converted $36 of accrued rent into 900 Atlas bucks. So, yeah, my heart initially sunk right then, and I knew that all the rent that I had saved up to this point, $36 to be exact, had somehow converted to Atlas bucks without me even knowing that it happened. So at the time, I immediately reached out to support to see if they could change it back. They couldn't. Then I tried to see if they could give me credit for converting the $6 reward challenge that comes after the $4 reward challenge, and they couldn't do that either. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting them to. Um, but I had to try nonetheless, obviously. There was an issue that was completely avoidable. It was caused through nobody's fault but my own. So I'm not like upset or anything at support. I had to try. Regardless, it was a frustrating situation. Normally, I don't convert much of my rent into Atlas bucks. I especially would never convert any of my Atlas bucks during a non-conversion event. I would always wait and encourage others to wait for the 33 times event that happened on occasion. You get more for your buck, so you know it's best to wait during those times. Having this happen during a non-conversion event, I missed out on an additional 288 Atlas bucks, which is basically 3 parcels. Not only that, but this could have cost me my monthly reward challenge progress. Personally, I feel like conversion challenges during the monthly reward ladder should be more of a cumulative total. However, I get the point. These are supposed to be actual challenges and challenging to the person playing. They're geared more toward highly active players. Thankfully, I would say that I'm pretty active. However, I was able to complete other challenges like mini games and such that didn't that caused me to be able to complete my reward challenge anyway. So thankfully, this didn't come back to bite me. Altogether, though, it was an interesting experience. Moral of the story: always lock your phone. Don't just put it in your pocket. Somehow, my phone was able to navigate all the way to the conversion screen and immediately convert 36 accrued dollars of my rent into Atlas bucks. So, yeah, be very cognizant of that going forward. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into my actual weekly progress. At the beginning of this week, I was at 8,601 Atlas bucks. Currently, I'm at 11,923 Atlas bucks. I've made 3,322 AB this week. So it's been a pretty profitable week. Here's the breakdown of all my profit. To begin, this week I made 1,030 Atlas Bucks from collecting the rewards from the Premium Reward Ladder Challenge. Once I completed all the challenges necessary to collect the points for the top rewards tiers of the monthly reward ladder, I decided to go ahead and purchase the premium subscription. This not only gave me a ton of Atlas Bucks that you can see here, but it also got me that one additional legendary parcel upgrade. I haven't placed this month's parcel upgrade yet. I also haven't placed last month's LPU either. So I'm going to have two new LPUs to place here in the coming days. As you can see, the actual graphics for the LPU this month are pretty good. I like it a lot more than the others in the past. So great job, Atlas, on developing these LPUs and making them a little bit more attractive. Next, I converted 900 Atlas Bucks from converting $36 of accrued rent. After that, I gained 625 Atlas Bucks from minigames this week. I participated in Warship, where I was 99th in the country and 4th in Florida. I participated in Rock, Paper, Scissors. This was my first time doing that minigame, and I was 416th in the country, and unfortunately was not in the top 25 in Florida. And then I participated in fishing, where I was 52nd in the country and 3rd in the state of Florida. After that, I gained 546 Atlas Bucks from the Explorers Club, and then an additional 221 Atlas Bucks from wheel spins and watching other random ads. So while I can be upset about my accident early on in the week, it is nice to see a big boost to my Atlas Bucks that I've collected this week. So let's get into a little bit of my fishing minigame play from this past week. Overall, I feel like I did pretty good. What you're watching here is the last 10 minutes of the fishing minigames and the last few matches that I were able to get in. I was able to win some. I lost more than I needed to, and this is what eventually caused me to fall out of top 50. I think that I actually ended up tying for 50th place, but I guess my last win came after the last win of the person that actually got 50th. So that's why I ended up being 52 or 54 or whatever it was. All I know is it wasn't in the top 50, so it kind of caused me to not get as many Atlas Bucks as I would have wanted. I thought matchmaking was pretty good during this minigame event. I played several of the top people during the middle of the event, but whenever it really got down to crunch time, I played many people with the same amount of wins that I had or around the same amount of wins that I had. Shout out to Annalise. I played her once. Thankfully, I was able to get the win there, but, it's all fun. At the end of the day, I just got to play better, and then I'll be in the top 50, especially whenever it gets to around that 16th catch, definitely that 17th catch whenever it pops up. I just got to do a better job of being more ready to pick it up on the first go-around. So thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If we played this week in any of the mini-games, let me know. If you've unfortunately had any sort of accident like I had earlier this week, let me know as well. I'd love to hear your guys' stories. I'd like to hear all of your feedback in my comments. And it really makes me happy to see so many people watching my videos and getting some sort of entertainment or some value out of it. If you like my videos, go ahead and click the like button. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And, I hope you have a great rest of your day. With that being said, Butterbean, out.